It's sick. What movie was that? He said, you thought that was sick.
And Taylor's just going to get it and run it for a yard. All right, well, Super Wildcard Weekend presented by Verizon continues tonight on NBC. Concludes tomorrow with a doubleheader. Steelers at Bills and CBS, followed by Eagles at Bucks on ESPN and ABC. And then the divisional playoff presented by Intuit TurboTax. Kickoff next weekend. Games on CBS, here on Fox, NBC, ESPN, and ABC. So we'll be somewhere, Greg, not sure exactly where, but we know that the Packers will be in San Francisco, just don't know the day. And we'll punt it away. It's only the second time they've punted today. Here's Wheelan. And Turpin Paul is fair catch. Jordan Love today, his playoff debut, just absolutely fantastic. He's been poised, he's been coming, he's made every kind of throw, Greg. Back foot, line drive darts, little touch right here, you name it, he's done it.
Some of his best throws, and you see him here in this highlight package, have come, like you said, with a guy in his face. Somebody either unblocked or somebody who's defeated the offensive player and is barreling down. And his arm talent, his ability to throw off platform, not having both feet always squarely in the ground. And his biggest throws have come, or if he holds that ball for one click longer, it's a sack.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Dak Prescott on first.
Get it.
Behind us for first down.
You are stressing him right there.
So great for the Cowboys. We talked about Green Bay and what's on next. They'll continue on to take on the Niners. For Dallas, again, this team, they had a Super Bowl team. They had the number 2 seed with their great home. What's the repercussions of this?
It's just got to be so disappointing to the coach. Everything went your way.
And it's always a little bit too late.
Because everything kind of lined up. It almost looked like fate was unfolding. Philadelphia kind of struggling down the stretch. Them sneaking in to win that division title, getting a home playoff game. We talked about how good they have been the last 2 seasons at home. It looked like everything was aligning, so no one expected this. But listen, you play in Dallas, there's going to be a lot of noise, both the good times and the bad. And the reality of the conversations that are going to be had around this staff and around Dak Prescott and this future going forward, for a team on back-to-back 12-win seasons. You just don't see a lot in the NFL, but it's a different animal.
TJ Slayton and Tyler Biadasz. Slayton threw the flag on that shove. You can imagine trash talk and frustration and all that going on right now. Guessing they get Slayton there.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 93. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
That was pretty clear cut.
I think that was clear.
I think that was pretty clear cut. I mean, Green Bay's got to be careful. They don't let us score too fast here. I mean, obviously, they're going to have to get an onside kick. I mean, things are going to have to get crazy, but you just don't want Dallas to just go right down the field and make this any tighter.
They almost got the last onside kick.
Absolutely. So Green Bay's got to be careful. They don't get too conservative here.
Here's Prescott.
Why are they not sticking to that first down? I don't like this.
Listen, a lot's got to happen.
Now it's 30.
This was a 32-point game not too long ago, but just have to be careful letting up too quickly.
That's all he's going to is first.
That was a fast score there by Dallas. We got one timeout left. We still got the two-minute warning.
So they go for 2. Try to make it a 2-possession game.
Watch him go. For 3 minutes. Here we go.
Get it back to it is a 2-possession game. Point dead just yet. 3:25 to go. They've made it interesting.
He said, you are.
Just the entire middle of the field is wide open. All the linebackers are kind of walked, and Dak just sees that green grass and just decides to take it himself.
You know, Dallas has had playoff disappointment before we started talking about this. Mike McCarthy has been fantastic. Each 12 games he's the last few years. They've been as good as anybody in the regular season. But this is maybe the most disappointing of all in my eyes.
Yeah, and again, there was a lot of speculation coming into today, fair or unfair.
Yeah.
It kind of comes with the territory. I don't think that's necessarily an indictment of the job Mike McCarthy has done here. You mentioned 3 years in a row with 12 wins. There's teams throughout the league that would cut their arm off for that level of consistent success. So I think it's important to keep it in perspective, but as we've said time and time again, Dallas is a different animal. It's just a different place to play, and you know the headlines tomorrow are going to pretty much say just that.
Onside kick. That's nowhere near. It's getting closer now. Green Bay will jump on it. Look, you talk about championship droughts. This is what the Cowboys are about. Last time they were even in the championship game was 28 years ago. And in the longest droughts in the league, Cowboys will continue. The Lions are trying to end that this year. Obviously, the Commanders won't. Green Bay, they've been there a lot in that same time frame. Now for Jerry Jones, we've seen so much regular season success. I mean, the team in the regular season is right now is as good as it's been since Jimmy Johnson was here. I mean, they win during the regular season, but the playoff success has eluded them in a big way. And they've got to figure out why it doesn't translate to the postseason. Aaron Jones back in the game, a little surprised to be completely honest. And now there's other change on the horizon that could be right as well. And you don't know, but Dan Quinn has been talked about as being a head coach for multiple years, right? He's been here for 3 years. He's done a great job with this defense overall. And there are a lot of teams that are interested in him, so he may be going back in the head coaching ranks, and that changes things on the defensive side.
No question. He's a candidate. He's a name that's at the top of a lot of these teams' lists. And he's one of the rare guys out there. I think where he fits the best is a team that needs a little bit of a culture revamp. They need to bring in a guy who can galvanize the locker room, give a clear vision, a clear message. And of course, we know what he brings from an X's and O's standpoint. This defense here in Dallas has been one of the best since he's gotten here. But he brings a different level of leadership that I think a lot of franchises out there could really use right now.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's interesting, by the way. The Packers brought back in their starters here with Love and Jones because the game got interesting. It's 2 possessions, so they're trying to just make sure it doesn't get one of these crazy endings. So Love was out, Jones is out, now they're back in.
I always think an interesting test. Anytime there's these conversations, and again, I'm going to be the first to go on record. I think the conversation about replacing Mike McCarthy is crazy. So let me just preface it by saying that. But I always think the best exercise is if you let go your coach, would anyone else hire him? I think the answer with Mike McCarthy is clear. I think teams would jump over themselves to hire him to have this level of consistent success. So if the answer to that question is yes, that answers it.
And we get timeout. Green Bay is going to call their final one. They're just trying to officially salt this away rather than give it back and have to sweat it out. Aaron Jones coming back to Texas. Always plays well, and he was great. Another 100-yard game for him. Now 4 straight games over 100 yards in a row. 3-touchdown day for Jones.
I'm going to love it. Jordan, I'm happy for Jordan Love.
And you know what? Maybe before the game, a little greatness rubbed off on him. Great Emmitt Smith here gave him a hug. 3rd and 7. Love to throw it, trying to wrap it up. Kraft incomplete. It stops the clock with 2:29 left.
Come on, don't do this. Don't do this.
I mean, certainly keeps the eyeballs on the TV for a minute now.
We ought to stop the clock still one more time with the 2-minute. A little surprised Matt LaFleur didn't just hand that off, knowing that if they don't pop a run it down to the 2-minute warning. with a good punt, you pin Dallas, and you say, okay, in 2 minutes with no timeouts, can you go the length of the field twice for touchdowns and get both at 2-point conversions? So they still can stop the clock one more time.
Don't do this.
Honestly, the fact that we're even having the conversation is something. This 32-point game with under 6 minutes to play. Well, fair catch ball, still a lot of work to do. 2:22 to go, down 2 possessions. When you're up 32 with 6 minutes, you're feeling great. You're like, okay, we're good. And then all of a sudden, you're like, well, wait, look.
And their guys are on the sideline. They're taking off their tape. They're taking off their wraps. They got backup quarterbacks in. We're anointing them going to, you got to be careful in this league, man. It happens fast. Now, obviously, still a pretty tall task at hand, but he shuts him.
Well, you were going to say our Pets heads are falling off.
Well, their Pets heads fell off about an hour ago.
Here is Prescott against a 4-man rush. Going deep for CD.
Interception.
Incomplete. Boy, it hung up there for a moment, and Lamb couldn't bring it down.
We almost got real interesting because Jalen Tolbert, he just ran right by Corey Valentine. Valentine was worked up, and now this is the shot he tries to get CeeDee Lamb on the little bender inside. Nice job there by the safety, Anthony Johnson. But I thought the matchup he should have taken was to his left with Corey Valentine one-on-one with James Tolbert.
Brooks has it, first down out across the 25, and unable to stop the clock, see if they can spike it for the 2-minute
That's
warning.
all I was waiting for.
Whether they're going to be able to, and they won't. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Arlington, Green Bay. The 7 seed looking to advance to play San Francisco. Back after this.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP on select 2024 GMC Sierra models. We are professional grade GMC.
They don't feel like we won already. No. This is gonna taste all right. That's why I went down my workout. I'm so good. Y'all make
Hi, we're Visible, and here's our 2 years resolution to help you save on wireless. Get one line with unlimited 5G data on Verizon's network, now just $20 a month for 24 months. That's 20 for 24 in 2024. Catchy, right? Switch now at Visible.com. This month only.
This is the icon of vacations, icon of the seas, arriving 2024.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff. So try our newest cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza, made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella, hand stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
The XFL in the United States Football League has announced plans to merge.
The United Football League kicks off March 30th. Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Coming up next, the State Farm postgame show. Look forward to that. Well, there's a lot to digest from this one for sure. As the Packers trying to become the first ever 7 seed to win a playoff game. It's only been in effect to have that extra team for the last 4 years, but still, a tough task. It's tough to finish it out. Up by 2 possessions, 2 minutes to go. No timeouts for Dallas. Here's Prescott, pressure in his face. Spinning gets rid
They
of
are
it to
holding.
Ferguson.
This is his game right
And pick up the first down and get out of bounds with 1:52 to go.
Devontae Wyatt, who put the initial pressure on Dak there, the second-year player. He was a first-round pick last year, and a lot of questions about his development, him and Quay Walker, both first-round picks. They've got a lot of young talent that has really taken the next step in year 2.
Pressure again. Prescott on the run. Ferguson again makes the catch. Out here to 43. Ferguson, his 10th catch today. That's a career high for him. Going to put out 93 yards. He's also a career high. So
Looked like he just banged his knee out of bounds. You see Owens tackles him and kind of grabbing that left leg.
no timeouts for guys. So you have 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions in a short amount of time. Prescott stands and just going to throw it deep for CeeDee.
Interception.
Too much. Incomplete.
I think with the time remaining right now, I know they're trying to get the ball towards the boundary, but the way Green Bay has this shell, they're giving up a little bit in the middle of the field. So I think you can get a big enough chunk. You're okay losing the time. You run up, you clock it, but I think just nickel and diming it along the sideline right now is exactly where Green Bay is defending. There's space in the middle of the field. Sacrifice right now yards for the sake of time.
3rd down and 3. Prescott quick throw. First down. Just 1:36 to go. Well, if you just turned on the game, you're like, wow, this has been a shootout, but it's been Green Bay really all in. Jordan Love has been fantastic. Shows Aaron Jones got 3 touchdowns. Dak Prescott has a lot of yards, but he's had a tough time finding open guys. There's just been nobody open. And the stats are almost a little bit misleading. Green Bay at one point was up 27-0 in this game. Gallop right over the middle, inside the 30. He goes with 1:29 left.
So now they got to hurry up. And
Hurry up.
looks like Dak's not going to clock it. He's in the gun, so they're going to try to get every play off that they can. The clock continues to wind. They got to hurry up.
Here we go. I think.
4-man rush. Prescott going deep. CeeDee. He almost caught that with one hand. That was close. But it's incomplete.
And I'd love to take a look and see what his feet have been in. Because I'm with you. I thought he stabbed it right there. Getting close to his feet. Let's see here. Take a good look at it. Either way, that's an unbelievable effort. Dak just put a little too much on it.
A 2nd down.
The extra 2 yards is irrelevant. You got to get that, run through the outside shoulder of contact, make sure you're going forward, and stop the clock.
Well, with Ferguson banged up, as you said, Schoonmaker in there.
Here we go.
Tyron Smith, he's had such a good year at left tackle. This is taking forever right now to get it.
Give it to me. Go.
He's going to kind of throw and that will do it. Green Bay will take over, they'll take a knee, and they will win it and move on to the divisional round. That's a great look from Al LaFleur. That was a lot more tiring than maybe it had to be.
Man, about 6 minutes to go, he was on top of the world, and he's like, man, guys, made that a lot more interesting than it needed to be. But I'll tell you what, that's as impressive of a performance we've seen all season long. And to do it in the first round as a 7 seed on the road, we've talked a lot about this inexperienced group, especially on offense. For them to come into the house here in Dallas that no one's been able to win in almost 2 years. Man, that's pretty impressive for this Green Bay team.
What an effort by the Packers. They come into Dallas, they had their first loss here all year, and the number 7 seed. This young team, surprising everyone. by making the playoffs, and now they're on the divisional to take on the number 1 seed, 49ers. The State Farm postgame show comes your way next. Thanks for watching us, and we'll see you next week. But enjoy the postgame and the Packers moving on.
Let's get our first duel of the night started.
See on the Floor is America's favorite new game show.
What just happened?
The Floor, on Tuesday. On Fox.
Get Covered New Jersey offers quality, affordable health coverage. 9 in 10 get financial help, and many can find a health plan for $10 a month or less. All plans provide free preventive care, coverage for prescriptions, emergency services, and more. Enroll at
We're gonna watch some more cleaning.
There's a time to relax and a time to push it. A time for recovery.